this is the dorsal aspect of trunk, certain surface landmark which are present on the dorsal aspect that we will see.
This is the external occipital protuberance. The head is somewhat tilted. Now this is the external occipital protuberance from which this, you can see, this is the ligamentum nuchae which extends in this. Now here at the lower end you can see this is the vertebra prominence, tip of the spine of 7 cervical vertebra, that is vertebra prominence. So now you can see here this is the T1 spine, this is T2 spine. Now the most bony prominent landmark is this triangular flat bone, that is the scapula. This is medial border of scapula, this is lateral border of scapula, this is inferior angle of scapula, and you can see this crest which can be seen here, which is continuous laterally and anteriorly with the acromion process. Now the superior angle of scapula, it lies at the T2 thoracic vertebra, that is the spine of second thoracic vertebra here, and at the level of, so this is T2, while at the level of T3, this is, you can see the tip of the third thoracic vertebra. At this level there lies the root of spine of scapula. This is the medial border, this is inferior angle of scapula. Here you can see it lies at the level of T7, that is 7th thoracic vertebra. Just below the inferior angle there lies the 8th rib. So we can calculate the rib. Now this is 8th, 9th, 10th. That's how we can calculate the rib on the dorsal aspect. Now here this is the medial border of scapula. Then this is the border of trapezius muscle, and from here latissimus dorsi muscle. So this triangle which is formed on the medial aspect of this scapula, this is known as triangle of auscultation, where we can put a stethoscope and can hear the respiratory sounds.
As lower to this, the upper border of the lower lobe of lung lies, so the respiratory sounds are better heard here by putting the stethoscope. That is also called as a triangle of auscultation.
Now here you can see this is the iliac crest, which is a curved bony crest. On dorsal aspect, here you can see the most bony prominent posterior end of this iliac crest. This is the posterior superior iliac spine. So posterior superior iliac spine. This posterior superior iliac spine, it lies at the level of second sacral vertebra. So spine of second sacral vertebra, it lies at this level. Now this is iliac crest, and highest point of iliac crest, it lies at the level of space between the L3 and L4 spinous processes. So the lumbar puncture is done between L3 and L4 spinous processes, and we can locate it by using this highest point of iliac crest.
So the lumbar puncture, it is done between the L3 and L4, as you know that the spinal cord, it ends at the lower end of L1. So the subarachnoid space is larger here, and there is injury to the spinal cord is avoided. So it is a site for the lumbar puncture.
You can see this iliac crest is there, and you can see this triangle is formed. This is the lumbar triangle of Pettit. From this the lumbar hernia is formed. So this is about the surface landmark.